With the light of the sun behind me, let us discuss the Carolina Hurricanes. So, there was the proposal to buy the team. Chuck Greenberg. I'll give you $500 million. All right. Chuck Greenberg, who's a billionaire, doesn't want to pony up the whole $500 million himself. So, what he's done is he's looked for investors, which is fine. That's fine. He's looking for investors. He hasn't been able to come up with the money. The funny thing is, when media asked Chuck Greenberg about it, he basically said, well, I'm not going to confirm what the issue is or what's going on. They go to Peter Karamanos, and he's like, oh, well, he just can't come up with the money. You know, I really think the fact that Carolina's owned by somebody who's that dumb is striking. This is the guy who took the team out of Hartford. I should be wearing my Whalers hat. But what this does is it exposes something that's major. So the Carolina Hurricanes, he wants to sell them for $500 million. But it's not a $500 million sale because you're taking on $200 million of debt. That's right. The Carolina Hurricanes have $200 million of debt. So really, you need $700 million to buy a Carolina Hurricanes team that is one of the lowest attended teams in the league. We can debate why or whatever for as long as we want. But the fact is, they are not being attended well. Fans are not showing up in droves to watch the Hurricanes. So, if you're going to sell a team and you're going to sell it and you're going to sell all these investors on an idea, how do you do that? Relocation. And that's the sad truth of all this, is that if Karamanos says, all right, I'm willing to move the team, a lot more guys are going to come in. And that's just reality. Selling it in that market as the Carolina Hurricanes doesn't work for businessmen who are looking to invest and for owners that are looking to buy the team. And they have a bad owner. I honestly think that if he moves, if he moved Hartford, he'll move Carolina. I think it's, and they say as well in articles I've read, he doesn't want to admit he made a mistake going to Carolina. And I understand there's Hurricanes fans out there, and I don't want you guys to think that I'm saying Carolina was a mistake and that I don't value the team, because I do. But the team got moved out of Hartford, and if he moves out of Carolina, he's admitting the move out of Hartford didn't work. The team's losing money. Now, this past season they made money. And they made money before the expansion money came in. So that'll evaporate. They have huge debts. And if you're a billionaire, are you looking to invest in Carolina? I mean, there are billionaires and rich men out there that invest in hockey teams and sports franchises knowing they're going to lose money, but that it basically allows them to pay less in taxes at the end of the year and whatever. And some guys run a team just because it's fun for their own ego. The reality is the Carolina Hurricanes have struggled to turn a profit since they moved to Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes as a franchise have not been run particularly well. I don't have a problem with Carolina fans saying, I don't want to go watch that. But at the same time, without the fan support, you can't sell the team. There isn't a marquee guy to build a team around. So let's say that you're coming in, somebody says, all right, it's half $1 billion. Okay. Who's the marquee player that we're marketing to the fans? And there really isn't anybody. Jordan Stahl's not a big, like Jeff Skinner, Noah Hannafin, Pesce, Slavin. There's a lot of okay players, good players, even really, really good players. But there isn't anybody marquee. There isn't anybody who you look at and say, this is the guy we can put out there and we can get butts and seats to watch this guy. So, and Sebastian Aho, I like him a lot, but he's not that either. They don't have that marquee, that McDavid, Crosby, Matthews, Laine, Eichel, that big name. And they also don't have a traditional hockey market. See, if I'm coming in to buy the team, I'm coming in saying, how much money can I make? How do I turn this around? This team's lost a lot of money. How do I turn this around? And that's the trick. That's where Carolina has an issue. Because for most guys who are going to look at this team, they're going to say, all right, this is a ready-made team. They're a competitive team. They don't draw well in Carolina. We don't make money in Carolina. If I can move them to Seattle, I can make money. If I can move them to Kansas City, I'll make money. Hell, if I move them to Milwaukee, I'll make money. So, for an owner who wants to keep the team in Carolina, which Karamanos has said he wants to, he has to find an owner who's willing to lose money and stare down the barrel of probably losing more money before he makes money. And no guarantee he will make money. Whereas if I'm coming in and I'm saying, look, I'm just going to take this team and move it, I'm almost guaranteeing I can make money. You move that team to Quebec City, it makes money. It doesn't matter where the Canadian dollar is right now, and the Canadian dollar is low right now. But even if the Canadian dollar is low, you're going to make more money in Quebec selling out an arena than you will in Carolina. And then you get into merchandise sales, and you get into fandom, and you get into all these things, and Quebec would be a winner. And it's not fair to fans who are steadfast Carolina fans, but at some point, I really think Carolina could do what Atlanta did, where the NHL is going to look at it and say, you know what? We can't save it. So if this deal falls through, we could be looking at Carolina moving. Not next year. Probably not the year after. And they've got a nice long lease in their building. That's not the problem. The team's still bleeding money. The team still has a lot of debts. At some point, somebody with deep pockets, like Jim Balsley did when he tried to scoop up Nashville and then scoop up Pittsburgh, somebody's going to come in and say, you know what, I'll pay your money, but I'm moving the team to Hamilton. I'm moving the team to Quebec. I'm moving the team anywhere else because I can't make money here. And if Karamanos really wants to sell the team, eventually he may be worn down to the point that he says, all right, they're going to go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And thank you so much for watching. You guys out there, make it worth being in here. I'll talk to you again soon.